Macmillan Audio presents Live Long and ... What I Learned Along the Way by William Shatner with David Fisher, read for you by William Shatner. I would like to dedicate this book to an old friend who is no longer with us. Carmen Levilla was a young agent in Los Angeles when I arrived on this scene. We went through many manifestations of client, agent, friend. He moved to New York and he became my literary agent. We did a lot of work together, much of it really good. To show you how tough he was, at one point he had a "Do Not Resuscitate" sign posted on his door. He was given last rites and was given up for dead. But that tough little Italian guy floored us all when he came back to work. People want to put on his gravestone R.I.P. I think it should be DNR. Do not resuscitate, 'cause I'm waiting for him to visit with me in spirit. I've lived a fortunate life. I literally and proverbially have been to the mountaintop. I've met the most extraordinary people and enjoyed the most amazing experiences. I've ridden horses across prairies, motorcycles across the country. I've watched the miracle of my children growing into adulthood. I have lived the entire spectrum of emotions. I have felt tremendous joy in the deepest pain. I've loved and hated. I've gone to the extremes and savored passions. I have felt ecstasy. I was born in 1931. In my lifetime, I've witnessed the discovery of antibiotics and the elimination of dreaded diseases. I've seen the inventions of television and the internet and the microwave. I've watched with awe the growth of commercial aviation as well as the NFL. Mine has been a life that has spanned 8 decades of excitement and discovery and relationships and a lot of luck. So I sure wasn't ready for it to end. I've also seen death in its many forms. I've seen death in the natural order of things as my parents aged and died. I've seen the tragedy of accidental death as my wife died in a truly tragic event. I've seen the close and painful death from disease of my close friends. I've held my dying animals in my arms as their life slipped away. I have felt the pain of loss, the emptiness. I've attended more funerals than I can count. I've searched for the right words to console countless bereaved people. I've wandered aimlessly trying to comprehend death, realizing I could never understand it. But in 2016, I had an entirely different encounter with death. I was told by my doctor I had a terminal disease, that I was going to die. Now, wait a second, this was something completely different. I'd gotten very good at being sympathetic. I was the one who always went home at the end of the funeral. I didn't know how to react to this news. This truly was my funeral we were talking about. "You have cancer," the doctor told me. There must be some mistake, I thought. This is what happens to other people. This diagnosis was the end result of a chain beginning with my curiosity. While reading a magazine, I had learned that researchers had discovered that cancer cells give off a protein that essentially announces their presence. Scientists had developed a test that can search out this protein. It is an extremely sensitive test. My wife, Elizabeth, and I decided to take this test, and when it revealed that she had cervical cancer, we went through a month of near hysteria. But other doctors ran more thorough tests and found nothing. This test was too sensitive, they told us. And then I was diagnosed with prostate cancer. Me. My regular doctor explained that prostate cancer sometimes is very aggressive and sometimes is so benign you'll die of something else long before it kills you. Kills me? This couldn't be happening. To find out which type it was, he took my PSA, a marker for this disease. Until then, it had been at 1 or 2, well within safe limits. "It's at 10, he reported. "This is an aggressive cancer." 10. My body had betrayed me. I've always felt...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?